Raj Khadka sir, good morning and namaste.
Namaste, Vishwaji.
How are you?
Actually, I'm very fine today.
What have you been doing nowadays?
Yes, actually, I have been, especially I have been working with the audit field and responsibility to conduct a lot of training to a teacher in Nepal. I have been in the same position, and so I have great responsibility task to design and to develop practice and to basically need a demand of our teacher who are working in different sector, and moreover they need to collect and cluster, and then package will develop. After that they will be invited and training center for orientation. After that some information, some suggestion will be collected from them and to be modified. Our practice and training program, after that they will be called in our center, and then training will be conducted for 5 days and 10 days as norms and values of government of Nepal.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. And do you have any future plan to publish any book or articles related to field practices, theories, etc.?
Yes, that's very interesting question. Now I have a very long trip in boys in PLT field. I have ability mixed experiences that has been taken from different people working in ELT field in different parts of Nepal and
Yes.
abroad as well.
Yes.
And from your experience, I know that it is trying to contribute some people by developing, by composing very important books that will be delivered to our young learner and teacher as well. So I hope in this to come, if I get support from my peer partners as you and Tulsi, I try my best to develop a very interesting book that will modify and address the demand of 21st century learner and teacher, reflecting a need and situation of ELT, how the ELT is going on 21st century. This thing will be covered in my book.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Could you please tell me something about your TVLT presentation in Nagpur? I think Nagpur, yes, Nagpur, India.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, very interesting question. And TVLT, it is kind of process that everything is possible by doing something. So language learned from doing, language learned from the practice and exercises. So how is this a situation created in the classroom? It is most important. That's what all the role goes to our teacher. Teachers should design very good activities. What is needed and demand of learning in classroom.
Yes.
So the same thing will be addressed in our program.
Yes.
So what I present in on the paper in the High Conference in Nagpur, this presentation I try to focus on learners' need and then on the strategy which is so applicable and so reliable and for using in our teaching and learning process that empower to our learner, to motivate our learners to engage in activity autonomously, and moreover they are independent thinker, independent learner. On the time teachers' role is to monitor and facilitate to them while they are going ahead. There are some hindrances and complications. In such case, this will be removed from the teacher's practice exercises and then let them to motivate and empower and encourage. At last, they will reach the final point. And what will after that, it will be the great important stages. In the stages, the learners were motivated to explore and to get chances to explore ideas, what to learn from the practicing collaborative process.
Okay, thank you, sir. And since you are the ELT instructor in Nepal's ETC, as a part of government, okay, teacher trainer you are. So, what quality of English teachers? Okay, what kind of quality? What standard of English they've been maintaining in Nepal or in Bankhe as well as the neighboring parts of the region?
Okay. Very nice and very burning question. I think I have very mixed experiences in these questions. In my district and another district, my neighboring districts, the level of ELT as an institute, because there is some lack practice of teacher and there is no teacher updated and modified and new kind of
Yes.
ELT.
Yes.
That is the one type of issue is. So it should be enhanced by motivating the learner and the teacher as well.
Yes.
One thing is most important, that when some people become a teacher, the first that I'm the perfect teacher, no need to study more than that. That is a very bad concept teacher. It should be modified and conceptualized again. If they are modified, teacher are the teacher, and the teacher is not good teacher who sees to learning this to come. If this principle applied in teacher's life, automatically there is a lot of improvement and progress will be there. And teacher very dynamic and explorative, and that obeys and engage in learning new things and bring back in the classroom and to solve in the hands of the learners and students as well. So for the purpose, we have one action. It's like I'm trying my best to engage and to join in Alta platform and IETAFL and then Alta and then INIT and so many platforms working together for taking situation in 21st century. But most of teachers are back until now because we have very bad tradition in Nepal. So most of teachers engage in our teaching by using traditional methods. And that is the one case that makes our learners very passive. And not only that, teachers also passive. They never explore more of things, more interesting ideas. What is the demand of a teacher? What is the demand of the 21st century? It hasn't been insighted in my
really. That's quite interesting fact. Actually, I've also seen in many of the regions in Nepal. Would you please tell me point-wise, just points, what are the recent trends in ELT practices, emerging trends? Just point-wise.
In the term of recent year and trend of ELT, we have a practice CLT approach.
CLT?
Community language teaching. Because this system approach was determined by curriculum department central government in Nepal. The same system is in practice. And theoretically, in principle, it is very strong. Government don't have any weakness and problem in this regard, because government has a lot of program in these cases. But what is the meaning of CLT? How this CLT will be applicable and replicated in classroom? That is the questions.
And sir, other points, other
and
methodologies.
Moreover, there is no infogap activities, no strategy where and showed by teacher there. Infogap activities and jigsaw activities and bring fluency and accuracy in teaching and activities, and then paraphrasing for speaking and learning process, speaking development, and then clear system content into language learning. What is content? What is learning? The content means till now our teachers know that content just a confined textbooks and content not out of textbooks. It will be wrong ideas. That's why the teacher should be beyond of the content from textbooks, because content may be found in society, in a community, and we have a lot of information from society, and it will emerge in language, and language automatically good, and language also be very rich, and there's also the richness in content.
Thank you. I think, or I see, Nepal government of Nepal provides a lot of kinds of trainings to English teachers, especially English teachers and maths and science teachers. But what do you think, whether the training has gone into the classroom and how far the students, our students have got benefited from these kinds of trainings and then let's say the workshops, seminars, conferences, etc. Yes, sir. Please. In terms of conducting trainings, there is no bias from the government. Government design a lot of the trainings during a year. A lot of trainings are conducted throughout the country,
and central levels are and regional levels are district levels.
Yeah.
More teachers were invited and participated in programs. But teachers thinks that it's just for allowances training, and there's nothing learned. The concept is very old concept. Because all the teacher and the young practitioner are just focused on the money. There's no information. It's regarded and no information.
Yes.
Should be collected. Should be platform training. And if we bring newness by avoiding the financial process, financial factor, by joining the educational pedagogical factor, it's automatically very nice and interesting and very fruitful. And learners must know more of things from teacher, because teacher have learned more of things from training. But in my case, I try my best to show very new ideas to my teacher or come to my center to take training of English language. Anyway, I explore a lot of ideas, a lot of things in a strategy and to solve to them, but they are very they directly admitted, and in the training house they provided commitment that they would ready to replicate this study in the classroom. When they back to class, the class is very different, very challenging class. Nobody would like to challenge in the other society. That is the most important case. If we make our teacher motivated that challenging is the best opportunity platform to learn new things, automatically our teacher, and try to face challenges by using the best good strategy.
Yes.
In the classroom.
Thank you, sir. One more question. I think you have traveled to so many countries like India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bangladesh, and so on and so forth. So, what differences have you found between the education systems of Nepal and between these countries, sir? What we can learn from their practices, good practices?
Yes, one thing in my experience is I have been to Colombo and Bangladesh and India and Singapore and Thailand as well. And in my perspective, all the country are using the languages, using the teaching methodology for using the learner center method.
Yes.
But it is the notion principle, it is most important principle, and learners are motivated and to try to motivate it to explore new things independently.
Yes, students motivation.
That is most, that is the notion of the training.
Learner center.
A same case was found in Sri Lanka, and same case was in Singapore, not in Thailand, and India as well, and Bangladesh.
Okay.
But actually, we are a bit back for grabbing this principle and for replicating in the classroom, and for the purpose. As a whole, we are in same position. Some extent, some country are practicing more, like in Sri Lanka, far better country, another country, and using the CLT approaches. And term of CLT approaches, task-based language teaching and positive work and action research is given to students, and they go on beyond the class. They can do a lot of things as reach our teacher and come back to class after 7 days and 5 days and reflect their experiences, reflect their finding, what they found from different sectors. And what they found, that is one of the case for richness in content. Other is that there is accuracy and fluency languages.
Okay, thank you. Since you are currently you are NELTA Central Committee Executive Member, so what is the vision of NELTA recently? Currently, what is the vision or the goal of NELTA to uplift the quality of English teachers in Nepal?
Okay. NELTA is a great platform of ELT. Lot of the ELT professional and academician and expert scholastic people working together. NELTA has mission to make the capable all the language teacher to understand, comprehend, and replicate the ideas and prevailing from different part of country as well. And moreover, NELTA are practicing to use very latest techniques and to our NELTian organizing a lot of training, because we have the collaboration of British Council and Australian Embassy, US Embassy. With the collaboration, a lot of programs over there, and we have the opportunities to find native speakers, how the language is taught around the world. It is kind of very good example to demonstrate actual teaching by addressing a current trend of ELT. From the process, the teacher can have the opportunities to modify the behavior, to modify the teaching learning style, if the teacher internalize it well.
Okay, thank you, sir. And since you are very much familiar and active in implementing recent trends in ELT, and you are the veteran personality to use latest ICT in e-learning, etc. So, how can a teacher who teaches in the remote part of Nepal, how can he integrate ICT techniques, technologies to impart maximum thing for the students of his classroom, sir?
Okay, ICT has become very very important nowadays. It has become most important, playing vital roles in language teaching, and people with ICT. So content apparel is most important, and technology process has been blended in the teaching learning process. The person who are out of this access of ICT and is going to the access.
Yes.
On this regard, we try to motivate to our teacher to provide the e-learning materials which are operated in offline process.
Yes? Offline process.
Offline.
Nice. Very good.
Because if we provide offline materials to them, they can bring the materials into places and it will demonstrate to our learner. That is one of the best practice, because they are initiation in ICT and foundation.
Excellent.
And if we to show, the message will be a lesson from the government, and government certainly, yes, and take some action and to provide facility to ICT, because government is not biasness in the sector. Government is doing very good work. I appreciate the rules of and the program of government as well. Yes, and that's why never be hopeless. I'm away from the ICT connection. Yes, but if you try, what is possibility in terms of ICT? In ICT, a lot of the materials have been categorized. Yes, online materials, offline materials, yes, blended materials. What are materials should be there, and which materials are appropriate and suitable in the circumstances. The teacher must have the curiosity and interest to bring some type of materials at their local need.
Okay.
And that is one practice for bringing a message of ICT. And when the ICT message will be raised there from the teacher, by the teacher, and it will bring a great message from Nepal government. And government in the policy and adopt some new policy to establish a very good facility of ICT in this region.
Right. Yes, sir. There are two kinds of things. One, I found two systems of education in Nepal. One government education system, community school education, and the other is private. And I find urban students, urban city area like Kathmandu, capital, and other cities, they can get a lot of opportunities in teaching learning, teachers as well as students both. So there is a big gap between the urban education system and the rural education system, like between Kathmandu and Humla. How can we, let's say, bring them very near or closer in terms of quality of education and the access of materials, the teachers' trainings, the, let's say, application of government's policy in education. How can we, let's say, reduce the gap between Kathmandu and Humla?
Okay. Okay. Because geographically, some are very, some are living very facilitated places.
Yes.
Some are living in remote places. There is no access to transportation and electricity as well. But in my perspective, we try to base it to yes, change the modality of education. But it is challenging case. In beginnings, it looks very great and very hard, and it's like the mountain Everest. But it is one of the best opportunities for learners who are working in multilingual society, and geographically they have a diversity and variations to other. And so, if we, it is depend on us, on you, as you, yes. If you are go to Kathmandu, and what message have learned from Kathmandu, and bring back same message to your locality, because you are living in another country, is compatible with the Kathmandu. And there are differences in education.
We are deprived of so many differences.
Yes. So, on this regard, first of all, initiation should be taken from ourselves. And then it will be the great message for the government. And government doing the best to make the balance.
So much budget is invested.
Yes.
But the fruit output is not.
In this regard, I should that it is depend on us. Yes. If we are positive and bring new action, yes, to please similarity each to other, that will be better, and to make a balance between very remote areas places and the high facilitated places. So I think we have to take action from a teacher level, and teacher a key person and very vital person, and to share the career message in center and one of these places where there's lagging for education. It's my one theory, because never back, always go ahead. Everything start from one person, not from 2%.
Fine, thank you, sir. And have you made any future plan, near future? Are you going anywhere to present your paper in any international conference of ELG, sir?
It is my best practice, because I want to know the global trends and physically, and same case happening in me. I try when I'm not a member, I have very long journey, and I've been at places for presenting papers, and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and Nepal and then India as well. I hope that in just to come, my paper accepted from Italy.
Oh yes,
Italy.
Really? Italy?
Italy and Rome.
Congratulations.
ICT for language learning. It is very currently in the
fine. Okay, we can learn a lot from your experiences in Europe as well. Very much many congratulations.
I try my best to Tulsi, and I try my best to accompany the Tulsi and me together and present our logistic ideas in the grand city of European country of Europe. I hope that my experiences, my ideas must be relevant and will be relevant there, because I'm not bad by comparing Australian people.
By the way, excuse me, sir. By the way, what's your topic there? Over there, what's your topic?
Yes, my topic is that teaching and learning English language, and through using the work and social science.
Oh, very contextual, referential, situational, and let's say modern perspective. Thank you for that. Many congratulations. Best wishes. Have a nice journey to Italy, and I hope we can learn a lot of things from your experiences in Europe, Italy, and after you come back from there, Nepal, and the whole students of Nepal, teachers of Nepal can learn a lot of things in teaching pedagogy, curriculum, methodology, strategy, technology, etc. I hope. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving me.
It's my great pleasure to share my experiences, because you give a chance to me to pose questions, because it was most important to deliver the ideas. You are picking gradually, and I shared a lot of ideas. Are relevant, and I don't know what is my great experiences and what I projected here in regard to ELJ.
It will be very much useful for us.
I'm doing doing for enhancement of ELJ by connecting international scenario.
Yeah, really. You are always guidelining us.
Just to come, I'm with you all the times. I'm motivated. I'm open person. I'm very flexible person. I never had information.
Hope.
Yes.
Yes. All the teachers will be motivated.
I feel very happy when another person get great opportunities.
Okay.
It's my new principle.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
For your time. Thank you.